Hi, I'm Raj, and I build client acquisition systems for founders, which helps them connect with their ideal customers and decision makers and book more sales meetings on autopilot. So most of the business owners, they don't have leads problem, right? So I've spoken with a lot of business owners in B2B and B2C space, and I figured out like they don't have leads problem. What they are mostly struggling with is offer and industry or going after a specific industry, right? So they have an offer and visibility problem, basically, right? So most of the business owners, like what they say is they have a great product, they have a great service, right? But they're trying to target everyone in the marketplace, right? So what happens is they're just going out with a very generic message, right? And they're not able to pinpoint the pain points of the ideal customers they want to work with, right? Rather, they just go out and target everyone, right? So the way we work is we first understand their positioning in the market, what kind of ideal customers are, people they want to work with, and then we find their pain points, and then we craft an offer around the pain point for that particular industry, right? So you can work with four different industries, but the pain points for those four industries would be different from each other. So why should your messaging or your offer be same for all the industries, right? So if you dial your offer specific to the industry you're going after, you will see much better results and response rate from those people because they will be able to relate with you at a much deeper level. And then they would be more interested to learn more about your services and products, right? So initially, what we do is we set up these three pillars, right, in their marketing and sales process. So pillar number one is refining their offer, right? So if you're going after a particular industry, we first understand the pain points of that industry, come up with the offer which aligns with their pain points, and then it aligns with your solution, right? So we just bridge the gap between your solution and their pain points. So it becomes very easy for them to make a decision. Okay, I need this service and product into my business, right? And then once we have the offer and the industry, which is your ideal customer profile, we work on the content around that. So content is basically to help educate your audience about the existing problems and how your solution, your product can help resolve that, right? So once we have set up this pillar, we have pillar number two, which is outreach and ads, right? So what we do is we take the offer, we take the content, and we deploy it on different social channels, different platforms where your ideal customers are hanging out or present, right? So we do this by outreach, organic outreach like LinkedIn, cold email, or engaging in social communities on LinkedIn, Quora, right? Different other platforms. And then we also implement paid ad system across Facebook, Google, uh, TikTok, depending on where your target audience is, right? And then what we do is we try to get the traffic. We try start getting eyeballs. We get the traffic to your product, to your offer, to your services, right? So once we have done that, pillar number three is qualifying them, taking them through your sales funnel, where we qualify them to make sure they are right fit to work with you. And then once we have qualified them, we take them to the next step where they book a call with your sales team or sign up for your product, for your services, right? And then the next stage is again like you convert them, you fulfill them, right? So the pillar number three is more about nurturing value-based follow-ups, converting them, having sales calls, and all that, right? So these are the big three pillars which we establish in any marketing and sales process for a company, right? So we as a agency, or we as a company, we don't work like a traditional agency model. What we do is like we work as your in-house marketing team, where we build and launch client acquisition systems into your business, which you completely own 100%, right? See all the assets, so all the data, all the leads, all the calls, everything is done under your credentials. So you have complete ownership, right? So we just come in, optimize, set it up, and keep it running, right? So this is the overall workflow, how the client acquisition system looks like, right? So you are here, so you can consider this as point A. You have a great product, you have great service, and you want to reach here, right? Deal closed, where you are closing deals, you are getting customers signing up for your product and services, and then you're fulfilling them, right? So if you want to reach from point A to point B, right? So we have multiple stages in between, right? So we treat this as a system. And for a system to work very efficiently, effectively, there are a set of inputs which you need to provide that system so you get a desired output, which in this case is paid customers or deals getting closed for your product and services or people signing up for your platform, right? So once you have a product and service, we understand more about it. We do research. We share insights with you again, right? And then based on that, we come up with sales assets. So sales assets are basically digital assets, which we deploy on social channels and different platforms, which help to educate your audience about your product, about your services, the pain points, right? Testimonials, case studies, and all that, right? So basically, sales assets helps you to establish you on marketplace on different social channels, right? So it could be a lead magnet, a free audit, free consultation, right? A free trial, right? Or a VSL page like a video sales letter, which explains about your service and product and how it can solve problems of your daily customers, right? So once we have created the sales assets, we deploy them on paid ads through social outreach, through SEO. We try to rank those on Google searches if someone is looking for a solution you are offering. And then we deploy that through content on different channels like Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn, right? So this gives us visibility. So earlier I mentioned people, don't have leads problem, they have visibility problem. So once we have to find your offer and the content, we try to get you the visibility you want, right? And in front of the right people. We don't want you to be dealing with people who are not the right fit to work with you, but with people who are actually suited for your business, who have budget to work with you, right? So once we have got the visibility, we start gaining eyeballs, we start getting traffic, and then we get them to the next stage, which is a qualifying process, like a sales funnel, where we funnel them through multiple stages. We find out who are the right people to work with and who are not, right? And then once we have filtered them, filtered the good leads from the bad one, we take them to the next stage, which is booking a sales call or signing up to your platform, right? It could be anything, right? So once they have signed up with you or hop on a sales call, you get to the stage where you are closing deals, getting customers, paying you, right? And sometimes it happens, someone signs up with you, gets on a sales call, but they don't convert immediately, right? So what do you do with that, right? Because you have already spent a lot of time, efforts, and money behind all these processes, right? So you don't want to be losing those leads who have shown interest, who are the right fit, but they're not ready yet, right? So you put them through a nurture and follow sequences because if you don't do that, if and when they are ready to actually work with you and you don't follow up with them on a timely basis, they might go to your competitors, right? Or they might go to someone else offering the same service and solution you are doing, right? So so in order to avoid that, we have a nurture and follow up system running in the back end, which follows up with all those prospects who shown interest, who are qualified, but for some reason they are not ready yet. So whenever they are ready, you are the first company, you are the first product or service they will think about. So you have to be on top of mind, and how you do that is by having a consistent follow up and nurture system working for your business in the back end, right? So once they're ready, you can get them to the deal closed stage, right? So this is like an overview of the whole client acquisition system, which works for all the different industry depending on your product and service and the platforms we work on, right? So if you see, once we have the sales assets, we deploy them on different channels like cold email, Facebook, LinkedIn, SEO, which will help you rank on Google searches, and again Google search paid ads like Google search ads, right? So the ultimate aim and the goal of all these platforms and the sales assets, whatever we do, right, is to get you deal close. So this is where we want to get you, right, with help of this system. And again, we implement AI into our processes because what used to take months and weeks, now it takes us few, hours, even days to accomplish that with help of AI, right? So this is like an overview of what we do and how we can help set up a lead generation and appointment booking system, which will generate automated leads and sales appointment booking for your company on autopilot, right? So if you need more insights, we can totally schedule a call. I can walk you through each and every platform, what we do exactly, what are the different processes and backend systems which works for cold email, Facebook, LinkedIn, SEO, and Google search, and how we what's our content strategy for your business, how we customize it for different businesses, because each business is different, and this is a very customized solution. We have to study your offer, your product service, and your industry, and then based on that, we implement all this workflows and all these modules, and we integrate it with one other with right. So this works as a system, like a whole system, right? So yeah, so let's schedule a call. Let's discuss this one-on-one where I can answer your questions if you have any, and then we can go through each and every platforms, right, in more detail. So yeah, that's it from my end. Thank you.